coming from River State. 75% of the oil being drilled from the state is coming from the IJAW area of the state, and at this time they can no longer take it. That they've been asking for them to be in control of the oil coming from their area. They've been denied that opportunity, and now they've been given a sole administrator, seen as a military rule in their state, and they are no longer going to take that again. Honestly, they are now asking for secession, just like Biafra Republic. The IJAW said they want to go, that anybody that doesn't want to join them in seceding can join the Biafrans, but for them, they are going. So all the IJAW nations, be it in Bayelsa, be it in Rivers, be it in other parts, Delta and all the rest, they said as a nation, the IJAW nation, they are seeking for a republic. So they are now asking for secession, just like Biafra secession. So guys, I'm going to allow you to take a look at this video. Take your time, watch this video to the end to hear this man spitting out fire without any fear. This will shock you. Take a look.
The gathering of IJAW nation in Bayelsa, Yenegua, precisely the state capital, the Jerusalem of IJAW nation, is far beyond what is happening in River State. You know, since after 1999, when the IJAW nation gathered in Kayama, where the IYC, our one and only pressure group, was bettered. Since after that, we haven't had a reason to gather our house. So I can categorically say that what happened in River State, to a larger extent, is blessing in disguise, because it has also awakened the consciousness of the ethnic nationality, why they need to sit down and critically assess their existence as a people in the country called Nigeria. And you know, they always said there are times when issues happen, also give results to a form of blessings. As a conscious IJAW youth, and as the president of the formidable IJAW Youth Council, IYC, I believe that the River State incident is awakening the consciousness of the IJAW people, and it has given us reasons why we need to reassess ourselves, and that has led to this gathering where very pertinent and important issues were raised and discussed. First of all, the Niger Delta that we find ourselves is the center of minority. And as such, IJAW happens to be the largest ethnic nationality that domicile here in the Niger Delta. And all our agitations has always been the well-being of the entire minorities in the Niger Delta. When you come to the oil and gas industry, I can categorically tell you that about 75% of the oil and gas facility and activities are domiciled in IJAW land. For the well-being and the survival of IJAW nation, the Nigerian nation, the IJAW ethnic nationality has over time contributed a quota. We understand that we have been clamoring for resource control. That has not come, but we have been comfortable living with our neighbors, our brothers, from all these geopolitical zones, irrespective of what we are contributing to the Nigerian state and what we are getting as a people. We can recall that some of these fears were the reasons why delayed Major Asasfa Asiboro of blessed memory decided to declare the Niger Delta Republic that lasted for 12 days, which is called the 12-day revolution. Down the line, we were believing that some forms of amendments are going to be made and the interests and the fears of the minority will be put into consideration in the Nigerian state. And today, in our own generation, the things that the likes of late Major Ziporo was afraid of are still being made manifest in our own generation. And it calls for worry. We can recall the first Nigeria, in as much as we are aware, we are not under any military regime. There is nowhere in the Nigerian constitution that states that there should be an appointment of sole administrators in a state under democracy. That on its own is an aberration and an abuse to the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended. We were expecting that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a Democrat, will respect the Nigerian Constitution and make due diligent investigation before hurriedly swinging into action. What he has done in Rivers State to all Democrats and believers of democracy is an assault to model democracy. The governor of Rivers State has shown commitment to sustain peace in Rivers State, while the FCT minister, who is looking every means to see how he can grab power in Rivers State, has been bent on causing unrest in Rivers State. And that happens to be an appointee of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If you are a lover of peace, tranquility, it is expected of you to first of all caution your minister, who have severally come to public domain to make his point clear that he is an interested party in the crisis that are happening in Rivers State. And for a president to come and suspend an elected governor under this 21st century is a coup to democracy. And the Ijaw ethnic nationality will never accept that. We have rejected his action in all totality, while those of our elders, our leaders, are calling on Mr. President to see how he can immediately reverse that is wrong pronouncement, that is anti-democracy. We are calling on the international community to know those that are trying to cause insecurity in the Niger Delta by using the Rivers State political crisis sole administrator to manage affairs of a state under democratic regime. I've not heard it anywhere. It's the first time it's happening. When we asked What was the reason why state of emergency was declared and why the power grabbing? They said that it is as a result of pipeline vandalism that the governor refused to communicate the president on happenings, and according to the unqualified Attorney General of the Federation, coming to make statements that the governor is teleguiding militants to carry out pipeline vandalism activities. So you begin to wonder, when did they investigate what was happening in Rivers State, that it was as a result of governor's directive? The one that happened in Gokana, the community leaders came out publicly to say that it was as a result of communal differences, and the contractor that is handling the surveillance job in that particular line, they decided to put it on the neck of the governor just because they want to kill a dog. They have to give it a bad name. That is what the presidency under Bola Ahmed Tinubu and those undemocratic appointees that is under his cabinet have decided to do. But as an IJAW man, IJAW Nation have told him categorically that we are going to resist that statement with all sense of humility, and every necessary step that needs to be taken, we will take. The sole administrator, which they have used to grab power in Rivers State, have now also come with the template by making appointments, making pronouncements that will further aggravate the anger of the people of Rivers State. We are aware they just want to cause unnecessary unrest in Rivers State to justify their undemocratic action that they have taken. Some of them were believing that maybe when that pronouncement is made, the IJAW people will now go ahead, blow up pipeline, cause pipeline vandalism, cause... We are wiser. No level of anger will make us to go and attack any pipeline or go and vandalize pipeline that will end up polluting our environments. The already polluted environment that we are calling for people to go and remediate, is that the same environment that we will now go and pollute the remaining ones that our parents are using to do their little farming? There is no way that they will aggravate our anger that will make us to take those kind of steps. The IJAW Nation is wiser, and we are going to be taking wiser steps to fight them. If they are thinking that we will continue to blow pipeline, or IJAW people or our people will control, it's a big lie. They have failed. We are not going to allow them to aggravate our anger, and we will now end up polluting our environment. It's not going to happen. Rather, we will use other means. Democracy is a game of number. 2027 is just by the corner. The IJAW Nation is going to gather, and we are going to see who we are going to align with that will protect the interests of the IJAW Nation. But one thing is certain: IJAW land has never been a conquered territory, and it is not under our watch that we will allow some group of persons to come and undermine us and tell us that we have been conquered. We can never. The IJAW man has never gone to war and been defeated. So it's not under our regime, not under our header, that we will allow that to happen. We will fight this fight till our governor, our son, is being restored and reinstated as the governor of Rivers State to complete his first term and subsequently his second term as 8 years governor of Rivers State. We cannot allow any group of persons, those anti-democratic miscreants, to come and cajole us. So we are appealing to Mr. President once again to go and remove that illegal entity he called his sole administrator, a name, a position that is not found in democracy. And Rivers State, our dear state, cannot be under military watch when the entire nation is practicing democracy. It's an aberration and it's unacceptable. Let him go and remove his illegal administrator to avoid breakdown of law and order. One thing is certain. As a son, if you tell me that you are my friend, no matter how tattered, unkept my father is, it is your responsibility to respect my father just for the sake of our friendship. Wike, as a friend to IJAW Nation, has abused his privileges. And from the day he made those derogatory statements, he stopped to exist as a friend to IJAW Nation. He has been totally and completely rejected by IJAW Nation. And there is no part in IJAW Nation that will accommodate him or accept him. There is a saying that in every palace there are saboteurs, there are Judas. Those Judas in IJAW Nation that have decided to be his slave, that is operating the slave master and the slave boy relationship, has nothing to do with IJAW Nation. Those are people that have decided to sell their king in order to become a palace boy in the palace of his father's enemy. So IJAW Nation has nothing to do with them. They have sold their conscience. They have told the entire world that them and Wike are operating a slave master and slave boy relationship. They can never speak for IJAW Nation. The entire IJAW Nation have rejected Wike, and he has ceased to become a friend of IJAW Nation. And we have made it point blank, categorically, that we don't have, the IJAW Nation does not have any crisis with the Ekwere ethnic nationality.